Watching television and reading at first seems to be a contradiction, but educators and parents the world over are beginning to learn that this contradiction does not have to be. This concept was not only possible, but has been immensely successful due to the hopes and hard work of one woman, Joan Ganz Cooney.
We want to emphasize that the Children's Television Workshop is an experiment. Research is woven into the total fabric of the show. Every segment is being tested and evaluated by the toughest critics of all, the children themselves. I think it's fair to say that by the time our program goes on the air, it will be the most thoroughly researched show in the history of the medium.
Sesame Street created a revolution in television by proving that television can teach. We now have a parallel opportunity.
Whereas a generation ago, children were watching television primarily or listening to radio, today they're on many different platforms.
So now instead of a 500-channel universe, we probably have a 500,000-channel universe.
Children beginning as early as age 8 are spending as much as 6.5 hours a day on media.
I have an iPod, a computer, a DS, a TV.
They're spending more time with screens than they ever spend in school.
I can go on the internet, I have internet access.
Their whole world is becoming digital, and most of that material has no educational value whatsoever.
I don't know what I'll do without the electronics in the world.
There's a crisis of literacy, of learning to read. There's a crisis after that of reading to learn. There's a crisis of America competing with the world in a world economy. How can we take the power of those screens and what children do with them and apply it to education?
The digital transformation of children's lives needed to be connected to a new research and development organization. The Cooney Center is trying to fill that gap.
What we want to do is see if we can affect the new media the way we affected television. We want to introduce educational value without taking the fun away.
Elmo has mail!
Well, we hope that the Joan Ganz Cooney Center is really going to be a workshop that engages a wide variety of people, from academia, from the creative community, from the development community, and from the investor community, to try to get the finest minds in America and indeed around the world connected around this mission of using new media to promote a 21st century literacy.
The Joan Ganz Cooney Center wants to be a catalyst for change. We definitely want to challenge industry to create more exciting educational media.
The center is committed to sharing the research, sharing the model practices, sharing the innovation that we discover with everyone.
And I think once the commercial producers see that it's entertaining and that there's a demand, that they will follow. But we intend to prod them a bit too.
She asked a fundamental question 40 years ago about how emerging media could help children learn. That question is as fresh and as important today as it was back then.
I think the challenge for us is to try to get inside the heads of young children and how they're looking at the world and figure out those touch points, those engagement points that can drive the power of entertainment, which is still so powerful, and to engage them around educational curricula that they're going to need to become 21st century citizens.
And so her legacy, her indelible imprint on all of us who are standing on her shoulders, is to move the needle a little bit quicker, to improve children's lives a little bit more urgently, and to figure out how all of us can do so together.